Hi there, this is Sean, and I'm going to do a quick screencast on PowerPoint to create a map that could be used to explore concepts around setting with a student or students and help them to retell a story, focusing on the element of setting that kind of guides the whole story. So what I'm going to do first is bring up PowerPoint. When you open up PowerPoint, the project gallery is going to be visible like it is here. And I'm just going to select a blank PowerPoint presentation. When that happens, I'm going to get rid of the title blocks or title fields that I don't need. And I'm also going to, down the very bottom, select the slide view to start, just so I can work with a bigger space. So in doing this, what we're going to be using mostly is the drawing toolbar. So you can make sure you can view the drawing toolbar by going up to View, Toolbars, Drawing, and now it comes up here right on the left. Okay, with students I usually start by talking about what the space might look like if we were looking at the town from above. So we generally make first a background. Thinking that this is probably kind of a rural area, we make a green background. So I went up to Format, Background, and you can either use one of the colors that's available or you can go more colors. And I like the crayon picker. If you don't see the crayon picker, you can click on that and you can make a green background, say OK, and apply. And then with students I often talk about, let's think about the shortcut first. The shortcut is the railroad. What does it look like? Scaffold them to the understanding that it must be a straight line if it's a shortcut. Also, what does a railroad do? It doesn't, just run the length of the town. It continues past the town on the map. So we go over here, we use the straight line to make railroad tracks, and I can just simply make them go straight across the town. Because a line doesn't really look so much like a railroad, you can vary the style so it looks a little bit more thick like that, or you could make it brown by changing the line color. Okay. Then we talk about the road and how the road must be a longer path than the railroad. So for that you can use one of the line drawing tools. For that I love the scribble tool. So we can think of the road as starting in a certain place and being more lengthy than the shortcut. And you could change the line thickness on that too if you want. As part of the discussion I always talk about, well, the kids must have been starting someplace. They were someplace and it got dark, so you can use shapes to represent the start of their path. And we sort of guess where that might be, like a park or something like that. You can change the fill colors of these shapes using the paint can if you'd like. So I just did that. And of course they're going home, so you can have them make a shape for where home is. Other important spatial elements of the book are they talk about having to decide whether to go back to a cutoff road or the path home. So you can use lines to represent those, and once again the scribble tool is probably a good choice. Maybe changing the color of that so it stands out a little bit, or however you want to do that. And of course the path home from the railroad track or shortcut is also important. So over here now I'm going to actually go down the bottom and switch so you can see the, I'm just going to move this window. Here's where I like to kind of switch to the the normal view so I can see what my slide is doing in relation to other slides. Make that a little smaller so my slide is bigger. You can see I have one slide, but this slide could be used to tell the whole story basically by adding text and adding arrows as the position of the characters change across the setting. So what I can do is go up top now to insert and just insert some duplicate slides. So I did insert duplicate slide, I can do that again, insert duplicate slide, and then if I go to my first one, here's where you can be putting in text boxes to sort of retell the story. I know I went off the screen there, but you get the idea. Kids started at the park. They decided to take the shortcut home because it was getting so dark. Then if you go to the next slide, I'm clicking right here on number 2. Okay, there's no text there because I only added that on slide 1. You can say something like, but then, and you can go on and you can kind of move through the entire story. This is where it also might be helpful to use arrows to highlight specific parts of the setting. So I just made an arrow right there. You can make the arrow much bigger, same way by clicking on line thickness. And you can move through the whole project that way. Again, it's just as easy to do it with chart paper, maybe easier, it depends on how you want to approach it, but it's a really fun project. I always love doing it. So that's how you can use PowerPoint to explore setting. You could do that with other books that have characters move through a setting so that students really get a sense of how important setting is in a story. That's it. Thanks.